What's up, my Central unit? It's Central Man here, so this is going to be my preview of Matchday 3 of the Premier League 2019-2020 season. So there's one match on Friday. It's at 8 o'clock. It's at Villa Park in Birmingham. That is Aston Villa versus Everton. I'm going to predict a 3-1 win to Everton over Villa. For Villa, they're having a tough time in the Premier League. I convinced they're not going to go down. I'm not too sure. I have to wait until the October, November, or basically the December period if they're in the bottom half of the table or they're basically in the bottom half of the table. In the relegation zone or the bottom half. I have to wait and see. So with Aston Villa, they lost away to Tottenham in the opening game. And then last week they lost to Bournemouth. I think they're going to develop a losing drawing streak, and they're going to continue losing. And as for Everton, they beat Crystal Palace. Basically bounced back with a win against Watford. Sorry, they drew against Palace in their opening game. They beat Watford last week. I think they're going to beat Aston Villa this week. So, that was the Friday's game. Let's move on to the Saturday's games. There's 6 matches on Saturday. One game kicks off at 12:30. That is Norwich City taking on Chelsea at Carrow Road in Norwich. I'm going to say a 3-1 win to Chelsea over Norwich. Like for Norwich, they kind of lost to Liverpool. Got smashed by Liverpool, but they bounced back with a win against Newcastle. But I don't think they'll beat Chelsea this week, or this weekend. Actually, it's the same thing. But anyway, as for Chelsea, they're having a tough time under Frank Lampard. They got smashed by Manchester United. They lost to Liverpool in the Super Cup on penalties. And now last week they drew against Leicester City. I think they'll bounce back with a win. I go with a 3-1 win for the Blues over the Canaries. So that was the 12:30 game. Let's predict the 3 o'clock matches of the Premier League. So we got Brighton versus Southampton at the IMAX Stadium in Brighton. And this is a bit of a South Coast derby. Southampton is part of the South Coast. So Brighton, they had an okay start. They won against Watford away and drew against West Ham at home. I'm going to say another draw to Brighton. It's going to be a 2-2 draw between Brighton and Southampton. For the Saints, they're not going to lose, but I think they're going to draw in this match. They're having a crap time. They lost to Burnley, and then last week they lost to Liverpool. But I think they're going to get a draw again. So basically, lose, and then draw. They're basically, they'll probably pick up the win after the international break, but at the meantime, I think they're going to have a crap start in the league. I think they're going to finish top half in my opinion, but they need to start winning matches. They're not going to have an undefeated winning run. I think they'll probably win, lose, draw situation between the Saints. Okay, moving on to the next game. This match is at Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams. That is Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. I'm going to say a 3-0 win to Man United over Crystal Palace. They slipped up against Wolves. They haven't lost to Wolves, but they drew against Wolves. They should have beat Wolves. People, Gary Neville, frustrated with Paul Pogba's performance. He missed that penalty. Is it accidental? Is it purpose? I do not know. That's another topic for another time. So I think they will bounce back with a win against Palace. For Palace, I think they'll just basically they are a mid-table club, mid-table flirting of relegation type of club. Not crapping on Crystal Palace. I'm just saying. So Palace, they lost to the Blades. We'll get to the Sheffield United game shortly. So 3-0 win to Man United over Crystal Palace. And speaking of United, we got Sheffield United. Sheffield United versus Leicester City at Bramall Lane in Sheffield. And I'm going with a 2-0 win to Leicester City over the Blades. The Blades got their first win in the top flight against Crystal Palace last week. I think they're going to lose. I don't think they'll survive for Sheffield United. I think they'll go down this season. That's my opinion. But Leicester City, yeah, they're having a slow start. They drew against Wolves, drew against Chelsea, but I think they will bounce back against Sheffield United. So I go with a 2-0 win to the Foxes over the Blades. Okay, let's move on to the next game. The next game, we got Watford versus West Ham United at Vicarage Road in Watford. So that's basically the last 3 o'clock game of this list. So yeah, Watford versus West Ham United. I'm going with I'll probably go with a 2-1 win to West Ham over Watford. Watford. No, on second thought, I'll go with a draw again. A draw between Watford and West Ham. They both have slow starts of the season. Watford back-to-back defeats to Brighton and Everton. For West Ham, they got smashed by Man City, and they drew against Brighton last week. I think we'll get another draw. Basically, it's going to be a lose-lose, win, lose, draw, win, lose, draw situation for the Hammers. Okay, and then we got the 5:30 game. This match is at Anfield. We got Liverpool versus Arsenal, and I'm gonna go with a 3-1 win to Liverpool over Arsenal. Liverpool, I think they're gonna develop a winning streak. They will continue the form what they did the last season to this season. Going into this season, they're doing good. They won 2 matches. They won the Super Cup, their first trophy of the season. I think they will continue the form going into the September, October, November, December period. As for Arsenal's record against away to Liverpool is terrible. They haven't won since 2012. They got smashed 4-0, the 2 5-1 defeats, and they drew on some occasions. They drew 2-2 and 3-3. I think if Arsenal play perfectly, they could get a win or a draw. But in my instance, I think Liverpool is the most superior team. I think Arsenal were going to leave Anfield with no points. So 3-1 win, Liverpool over the Gunners. There's 3 matches on Sunday. We got Bournemouth versus Manchester City at the Vitality Stadium in Bournemouth. I'm probably go with a 2-0 win to Man City over Bournemouth. City will get their win back because they drew against Tottenham Hotspur. The controversial third goal was disallowed by VAR. I think they're gonna slow down a bit. They're missing Vincent Kompany, but I don't think they'll be like a Chelsea or Leicester, losing as champions. But I think they're not gonna win. They're not going to win 4 in a row or 3 in a row, in my opinion. I think they're going to slip up to Liverpool, in my opinion. So, I go with a 2-0 win Man City over Bournemouth. Okay, moving on to the next game. The next game we've got Tottenham Hotspur versus Newcastle United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm going to go with a Tottenham Hotspur win, a 4-0 win to the Spurs over Newcastle. Newcastle, I think, convinced they're going to go down this season. Lost to Arsenal, lost to Norwich, and they're going to lose to Tottenham. They're going to lose to 2 North London clubs in 1 month. For Tottenham, 100% they'll get top 4, but I don't think they're going to win the league this season. Every time they challenge for the league, they bottle it. Let's move on basically to the final game of the season. Oh, not the season, but the final game of matchday 3. That is Wolves versus Burnley at the Molineux Stadium in Wolverhampton. So I'm going to go with a Wolves win over Burnley. Wolves, they had a slow start. Drew against Leicester, drew against Man United. They won against Torino last night in the Europa League. I think they'll get a win against Burnley. Burnley, they're not going to go down, but they're going to finish mid-table this season. So I go with my prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Wolves over Burnley. So, and as for the future predictions for the Premier League, I might not do all the matches for this season. I'll do my best, So that was my matchday 3 predictions for the Premier League. Hope you enjoy it. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, smash the like button, and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. This is the Central Man officially signing out.